Hey guys, it's Mike's Hot Corner. Today I don't want to force a rant. I mean, there's always something that aggravates the shit out of me. But what I will say is there was something that was a couple of weeks ago, well, last week on the sports talk radio shows. They were having like a debate about holiday movies, and I kind of got aggravated at the Michael K show because Michael K put his top five holiday movies, and he didn't have Home Alone as a holiday movie. He said it's not a Christmas movie. And my brain fucking exploded. And then someone else said, because he debated Love Actually being on the list, but he considers that a holiday movie. And Peter's like, Love Actually is not a Christmas movie either. And I couldn't handle. I don't even know what part of the world I'm living in that people don't consider Home Alone a holiday movie. And I put it up on Twitter, something to Chris Carlin. I'm like, can you believe this? Chris Carlin agreed. He's like, it's insane. But then this guy who lives in Australia, who's a friend of the show's, said it's not. Home Alone's not a Christmas movie. The whole point of fucking Home Alone is so Kevin McAllister gets his family back on Christmas morning. He goes to fucking Santa Claus and says, hey, my fucking family, get him back to me. He's praying. He's fucking singing Christmas songs. He's making Christmas dinner. He's got a fucking tree. The whole thing is Christmas. I mean, how the fuck is that not a Christmas movie? Is beyond me. And then Love Actually, the actual fucking poster has a Christmas bow on it. Like, it's the whole show is Christmas. It's how you're supposed to be honest at Christmas, writing fucking cards out for Christmas, fucking going to Christmas shows, Christmas pageants. What in the hell are we talking about? How are they not considered Christmas movies? Now, the other debate is Die Hard. Now, I understand why people don't think it's a Christmas movie. I totally get it. It's an action movie. It probably isn't a Christmas movie. But I've always thought of it as a Christmas movie just because of the setting, the music that plays in the background. I don't know. It's not a Christmas movie in the sense of the holiday spirit, but I've always had it as categorized as a Christmas movie. And I can understand why people want to argue that fucking point. But Home Alone? Home Alone? Home Alone? Isn't a Christmas? How can anyone have that take? I don't know if they just made that take to aggravate me because it worked. Because for the past 2 weeks, all I've been thinking about is how the fuck is that not a? How I can't even understand it. My brain will not open up enough to understand how that's not a holiday movie. So my hot corner is actually gonna open up to Joe and tell me, what do you think, Joe?
It is totally a holiday movie. I don't even know how you can. It's everything about it is holiday. So what was his points?
Well, Michael K was making his top five. He said, so they were guessing what his top five would be, and Peter said Home Alone. And he said, no, I thought about it, but it's not really a holiday movie. And no one argued with him.
Nobody argued it?
Nobody argued it. And then he said, I was going to make Love Actually my fifth. And then Don and Peter were like, oh, I already called this list fraud. You don't consider Home Alone a holiday movie. That's the only time they argued it. But you think Love Actually is a holiday movie? It's definitely not a holiday movie. And I'm like, Love Actually is not a holiday movie to them too. And Home Alone's not a holiday movie to Michael K. Are you insane? They're both holiday movies.
What was Michael K's list?
Scrooge was on it because he really loves that movie. So that's a holiday movie. It's a Wonderful Life.
So he's saying like he's thinking top five like classic like no doubter holiday movies, but Home Alone is a no doubter.
It's a no doubt. Even if it's not your top five,
it happens at Christmas time.
He goes to Santa Claus. He tells the old man next door, you got to get back with your son and granddaughter at Christmas. I mean, what the fuck?
That's as ludicrous as saying A Christmas Story is not a Christmas movie.
Exactly.
Nah, I don't know, man. I don't know. That kid.
Yeah, that could happen.
He was kind of a terrorist. I think it was an action movie, actually. Think about it.
But like they're like, oh, those movies could have happened any time of the year. Yeah, no shit. So their only criteria would be what? That the movie has to be about Christmas for it to be a Christmas movie.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the criteria.
But that's insane criteria.
But that is pretty much about Christmas too, though. Because he wants his family home for Christmas.
For Christmas morning.
Yeah, so that is about Christmas.
He goes to Santa Claus and asks for his family. He gets a tree, brings it home, puts a tree up and decorates it. How the fuck is that not a Christmas movie?
No argument here, man. That is totally a Christmas movie.
And then the guy Jarv, who's from Australia, he was like, "Oh, if that's a Christmas movie, I guess you're going to consider." And then he named like 3 other movies that I would never consider Christmas movies. I can't remember what they were. I was like, "No, Gremlins was one of them."
Gremlins? Get the fuck out of here, Gremlins.
Yeah. Well, that's what he's saying. He's putting Gremlins in with Home Alone. That if I consider Home Alone a movie, Gremlins is got.
No, that's ridiculous. That's like I watched that new Wonder Woman 1984, and one of the reviews I saw before, they're like, this is going to be the next yearly Christmas movie. This is going to be a Christmas movie, and it's like nothing. First off, the movie was mediocre at best, and nothing was Christmas about it. Nothing.
Was it? Did it take place in Christmas area?
Well, if it did, it must have been very short. I don't remember them saying it. It wasn't really a part of the story arc.
At all.
No.
That's why, like, Love Actually. Peter's like Love Actually, and Dom was saying it's not a Christmas movie. The movie is based around Christmas.
Don't they do a Christmas, like, play or something in that?
They go to a Christmas play. The husband gives the wrong girl, doesn't give his wife the necklace, gives the girl he works with the necklace. They put together a Christmas party for their work. This guy goes around, knocks on the girl's door with the cue cards, and goes, "On Christmas, you should be honest." Says, plays carol music while he's showing her the cue cards. I mean, fuck, it's Christmas, man. Just because the end result isn't we're waiting for Santa Claus to come. I mean, what else can make a Christmas movie? What makes Scrooge a Christmas movie? It's the same kind of thing. It's Christmas is the theme. I mean, but it's what? He's a grumpy fuck.
Yeah.
He could be grumpy in June.
But he's known for Christmas because, like, you know, if it wasn't for Christmas, Scrooge wouldn't even be a thing, right?
Well, the only reason it's a thing is because he's extra grumpy. It sticks out at Christmas time. But
right,
this
so
is
it's a Christmas movie.
Right, but he's a miserable prick all year long. You can have Scrooge miserable in fucking July.
Oh, yeah, you could have Scrooge Easter movie.
Exactly. He could just be, he's a miserable prick.
Yeah, Scrooge on summer vacation.
And then the ghost of Christmas past comes. So it could just be a ghost of the past that brings you around the ghost of the future. Yeah. It doesn't have to be Christmas. They just made it Christmassy. The storyline doesn't have to be Christmas.
They made it a Christmas movie, though.
Correct.
Which classifies as a Christmas movie.
But so does Home Alone.
No, Home Alone definitely. Love Actually, a Christmas movie, but not. I see what they're saying. I can argue Home Alone, a Christmas movie. Right. Now, Love Actually, you know what? No pun intended with that. But when I saw Love Actually at the beginning of the pandemic, because remember we were doing our movie lists, and we're watching it. I was like, yeah, it was pretty good. I'm like, I should watch this around Christmas. It probably would have been better. You watch that in the spring, yeah, because you see snow and shit. You can't watch snow movies in the summer.
It doesn't click.
No, it doesn't.
It just doesn't. It doesn't make you go, "Ah."
No, I didn't do any of that.
Well, I do.
Aww.
Because I'm a sap. But Die Hard. Die Hard is another one that I know technically isn't a holiday movie, but I consider it a holiday movie.
Yeah, that's been one of the arguments of all time. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? And
it's not. I get it, but I consider it a Christmas
feel
movie.
that what is it? There's the one Lethal Weapon that takes place around Christmas time too.
That's another one that Jarv said that was one of those. He's like, then you guess Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie, but it really is.
See, that's because when you think Christmas movie, it's like if I was like hanging out with my nieces that were little, it's like, what are you gonna put on? You're gonna put on some Home Alone. You're gonna put on a Christmas Story. You're gonna put on It's a Wonderful Life if you want to bore them with old movies. You could. Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. Nobody even like gives that any fucking play. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time.
I don't even think I saw it.
You never saw Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas?
Nope.
Dude. Classic. The music is classic, especially at the end when they have the Battle of the Bands.
No. None of that clicks.
You never saw the Nightmare Band?
Oh, no.
Oh, one of my bands used to play the Nightmare Band song because I think Emmett Otters was such like a niche like fan base that sometimes we would play that song at our show.
Right,
from Emmett Otters, and people would flip the fuck out. They're like, "What?
Really?
Yeah, because it's so rare.
Right.
You're gonna hear that, especially in the summertime when we're playing. It's not Christmas time. Like, these guys are playing Christmas music in the heat.
I would flip out if you did Jingle Bells in July. So what the fuck?
Yeah.
So.
I hope you guys know this one. Dashing through
what snow? We're at the beach.
Yeah, you're at the beach, just looking around in a one-horse open sleigh. Why don't you update it for where we're at? Dashing through the sand. A couple of volleyball broads greasing up their chest. Oh, thank you, oh my lord.
Oh my lord.
Dudes are surfing.
That was something that just aggravated me during when he was doing it, the list, and then later on that night, Chris Carlin, was on, and I said to Chris, I was like, "Did you hear Michael K's list today?" And he's like, "It's like whatever, inexcusable." He said,
"Yeah."
And then Jarv was like, "Oh," then he went on these lists of like how it isn't a holiday movie, neither one of them. And if I consider those holiday movies, then I have to consider Gremlins and the other one you said. What'd you say, Beverly? No.
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Listen, Lethal Weapon, Gremlins. I'm never gonna watch that for a Christmas time movie. It's just
right.
Lethal Weapon.
No.
See, Love Actually, yes. Home Alone, yes. If anyone can be on the teeter, it'd be Love Actually, but there's no definitive.
But like, what makes? All right, so then what makes a Christmas movie to you?
It's about Christmas.
So the whole movie's is just about Christmas, not a Christmas theme. It has to be about Christmas.
No, Christmas theme too. Like,
well, Love Actually's whole movie is a Christmas theme.
Yeah, so I guess it is a Christmas movie.